ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Let us enter into the next sutras. The highest spiritual element, the Atman, is unalterable by nature and has a quicker motion than the mind. The sense organs cannot reach it. For it precedes them all. In its stillness, it surpasses all moving things. Only in its presence does the air govern all the activities of all living beings. The Mahabharata is written in this place only. This is the very place from where Mahabharata is written. After the Mahabharata, the whole thing is over. Mahabharata has got everything except the techniques to enlightenment. Except the techniques for enlightenment. The few important techniques which they used. In Mahabharata you can see the technique to fly is given. The technique to create atom bomb is given. Technique to create 240 types of aircrafts are given. Technique for Ayurveda is given. Technique for everything is given. All cities, everything is given. Mahabharata is written just in this very land, from here just not even few kilometers, in this very region. Vyasa spoke and Ganapati wrote. Vyasa spoke and Ganapati wrote. After the Mahabharata, everything is over. Vyasa felt tremendous peace, tremendous relaxation, tremendous joy that he has uttered everything. Whatever has to be uttered has been uttered. Now over. Whole world can become enlightened. There is no more necessity for any spiritual masters to descend on the planet Earth. Yes, he is so happy that he has prepared a big book which can replace enlightened masters, which can directly work for the spiritual people. Suddenly the Ganapati was depressed. He saw the Ganapati was so totally depressed. The Ganapati was not happy. Ganapati is the guy who wrote. Ganapati is the person who wrote. Vyasa is so happy, jumping in ecstasy. The joy was missing in Ganapati. Vyasa couldn't understand. Why? What has happened? Ganapati said, when I was writing, the pen broke. So for the few seconds, I have to break my tusk and start writing. In the few seconds, all your enlightenment techniques have been disappeared. In the few seconds of the gap, you uttered all the enlightenment techniques. I missed it. When you sit with a master, if you miss few minutes, you have missed the lot. Never think, if you attend 50%, you will get the 50% of result. Never think, if you attend 50%, you will have the 50% result. Either full or... The very idea of Upanishad means, let you understand Upanishad. Upanishad means just sitting at the feet of the master, nothing else. Just sitting at the feet of the master. Now whomsoever comes late, attend the class, they all will understand what Upanishad says, but they will never experience what Upanishad means. Upanishad means sitting at the feet of the master with a total relaxed, dedicated mood. With utter, total, relaxed, dedicated mood. Of course, needs a high spiritual evolution, needs total dropping of the intellect. Can happen only to the very few guys, very few people. The moment you question, oh, why should we be obedient? Enough. I never ask for obedience. Whether you sit or not, you will see my energy will be radiating. If you all sit here, I will be speaking to you. Otherwise, I will be speaking to these Himalayas. I am continuously spreading. What I have to emit, I am continuously emitting. What I have to radiate, I am continuously radiating. People who comes and sits, they catch. It's like a continuously, ocean is there. If you take a coconut shell, you will bring water in that level. If you take a little big vessel, you will bring water in that level. If you take a tanker, you will bring water in the tanker. Whomsoever brings whatsoever type of mind, you take water in that level. That's all, nothing else. Upanishad means nothing but a clear, simple dedication to the words of the master and sitting at the feet of the master. Of course, the few become successful. This is a chance I try to give, nothing else. The starting of the journey I told. Seeing the master is ASP, sitting with the master is NSP, being with the master is this Himalayan trip. Just being around, nothing else. Just being around. Upanishad means nothing else. Don't think Upanishad means you are going to understand something. Just sitting. Just being around the master. When you are around him, don't think you are silent or he is silent. When Ganga is flowing, Ganga is never, don't think this Himalayan Ganga are as you are seeing always. Every moment Ganga breaks the Himalaya, and every moment Himalayas rushes into the Ganga and changes the course of the Ganga. Without your knowledge, without our understanding, every moment Ganga is breaking the Himalayas and changing its course. And Himalayas is sliding and entering into the Ganga and changing the course of Ganga. Both are continuously happening. They are live. Just like that, when you are around the master, without your knowledge, continuously he is breaking your being. Continuously he is working on you. Continuously he is working on your being. Whether you have gone to the temple or not, that I don't bother. Whomsoever has come here, before I come, I bless you with my full heart. You will have the power of Upanishad. Let you have my being. Let you have my energy. Does the air govern all the activities of all living beings? Others will understand what Isavasya Upanishad says. All will understand what Isa Upanishad says, even if they come late. But you all will understand what Nitya Upanishad says. What I say. They will understand only the blood of these rishis. You will understand blood and bone of me. Of course, the rishi's blood is cold and old, clotted, nothing useful today. Only the live heat, the live blood of the living master enters into it, that gets the life. The highest spiritual element is moving. The fifth sutra, does the air govern all the activities of all living beings? Just by the presence, air governs all the activities of all living beings. The air does not go inside your being, comes out. It is there. Automatically, your being takes it in Breathes out, breathes in and breathes out. The activities happen. The work happens. The things happen. Your Manipuraga works, the digestion happens. Your Anahata works and the lungs do their job. Your Vishuddhi works and the throat jobs are done. Your Anya works and the jobs of this vision and all these things are done. Your Sahasrara works, the job of thinking and all the processing, everything is done. Just by the presence of the air. Air does not need to go inside and do anything. The same way, just by the presence of the Master, the whole thing is done. It is not necessary Master should come and do something in you. Just by his presence. And one more thing, when you assemble listening the Master's words, I tell you, that is the greatest tapasya anybody can do. That is the greatest tapasya anybody can do. It shows your attitude to receive, the passiveness to receive, that you are passive. I started taking that 1 year course in the ashram. I started with all enthusiasm to conduct the classes by myself. The second day I saw the group is not there before I come. That day I declared, no more classes. I stopped the classes. Ashramites are not having classes. I speak something else, but never on the Upanishads. Never on the Upanishads. I stopped taking this Upanishad. Because I felt they are not qualified. Assembling before the Master comes is the basic signal, is the basic way of expression that you wanted it. You want it. It is not that I have come a little early. I have come 1 hour late. Of course, the Sevak who was assisting me, she has got some problem. That's different. But I have come so late. But still now I am getting the news. People are not ready. People are not ready. Every 15 minutes, every 5 minutes I am receiving the news. People are not ready. That's the reason I felt. Then what Upanishad? The very idea of Upanishad is disappeared. Just by the presence of the Master, the work happens. Understand? Nothing happens through these words. It is all happens just by energy. In the NSP, somebody asked me, just yesterday or day before yesterday, somebody asked me, Swamiji, when we do the meditations, the ASP and NSP meditations in your presence, so much happens. Why it is not happening in the house when we do? Somebody asked me yesterday. Who asked? Understand, meditation techniques do nothing. Now I declare you very clearly. Actually what your mind does, your mind stays like a security. It never allows my energy inside. Your ego stays like a security. It never allows my energy inside. That is why you can see patients who are in the coma stage, children, they all get healed quickly. They get healed in 1 session, 2 sessions. But these grown-up people, they take so long time. Why? Somebody asked me. Swamiji, coma patients, they get healed when I go for healing. Coma patients, only 1 session, 2 sessions, over. They come out of coma and they start getting healed. And the children also, they immediately get healed. And animals, trees, when all these things get healed so quickly, so fast, why not human beings? I tell them, the ego and intellect stops the energy. It never allows the energy inside. The person who is in coma has no intellect. He never gets afraid. This Swami may heal me, afterwards he may ask me for my money. What will I do? He has no intellect. He has nothing else to do. He doesn't have to go to Badri temple. He is quite by himself. So he totally resists the energy. He has no distractions. If the intellect stops working, you will see the energy just gushes inside you. Generally, your mind stays as a security, stopping the energy, entering in your being. In meditation technique, I do only one thing. I put your mind aside. I put your mind aside. Your mind is busy with some other work. I give some work for your security. So he runs behind that security. There is a Sloka, if you throw rice, all dogs will run behind that rice and they will eat. Just like that, I throw something on the sky, your security just runs to catch and play with it. By the time I enter and finish my job. That's the same thing happens. That is why in my presence, ASP, NSP techniques work so grandly, but never in my absence. Of course, in my absence, when you have a deep surrender and the mood of Upanishad, the sitting at my feet, you will see again, you will have my presence. It works. The highest spiritual element is moving and is also not moving. It is far away and yet is near. It is concealed in everything and is outside of everything also. It is far away and it is yet near, yet is near. How can it be far away and yet near? It is near just like a master. So simple, so direct, but it is far away when you are not ready to listen. When you are not ready to use, far away. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, I thought that Mahavatar Babaji will give darshan for me and give some instructions to grow spiritually. I was just laughing. Fool, I am sitting here and giving you everyday instruction. If you are not able to follow this, you are going to follow some instruction from some etheric body persons. When you can't follow this, how you expect you will follow his instruction? Understand? I am telling you, if he talks and all, he will not talk in a very open language like me. When he spoke to me itself, he never told, I am Paramahamsa Nityananda. He just told Paramahamsa Sri Nityananda and went away. I was breaking my head. Should I go and meet somebody called Paramahamsa Nityananda? Or whether his name is one or another name is Paramahamsa Nityananda? What is happening? I do not know at all. Only when time came, I understood. So even if you see him and he gives some instruction, will you follow? When you can't follow such a direct, simple instruction from me, assemble here for 5:30, how can you follow the instruction? Something he gives an etheric level. That is the reason I think he saved himself. Nothing else, he saved himself. I think he is intelligent. He doesn't want to waste the time unnecessarily giving instruction to the people who are not ready to follow. He is really intelligent. He is very near, directly available. When you don't understand, he is far, far, far away. And it is concealed in everything and is outside of everything also. This is where the idea of black hole and pralaya comes, the Big Bang and the black hole. How Big Bang happens? One atom becomes so pregnant, so energetic, it just bursts and becomes a cosmos. Same way, one atom becomes so low, so it goes to the depth of the energy, it just sucks the whole cosmos inside. The whole cosmos disappears into the atom. So Big Bang and Pralaya, both are described in these statements. It is concealed in everything and is outside of everything also. You cannot understand intellectually these words. It is just the experience. They say where you drop the idea that it is inside and outside, where the idea of inside and outside disappears, there you understand this energy. He who sees the entire world of animate and inanimate objects in himself and also sees himself in all animate and inanimate objects, because of this does not hate anyone. The ahimsa is described first time scientifically.